In the murk of twilight's glow, tales of horror gently flow through the annals of the past. Mysteries we seek to cast. In the shadows secrets lie, truth that time cannot deny. Voices echo, stories blend. In the night they never end. True crime tales that chill your spine. Cold cases lost in time. Duo murders dark and grim. Pique your interest, drawing you in. Every mystery left behind. Whispers creeping in your mind. Covering all sorts of crime. Stories twisted but sublime. Digging deep through every sign, true crime passion so divine. Hidden clues begin to speak, shadows dance where killers creep. Unsolved threads we strive to keep, burning questions never sleep. Every mystery left behind, whispers creeping in your mind. Covering all sorts of crime, stories twisted but sublime.
Big up, everybody. Welcome into the True Crime Duo. This is your Micheal Sams Real Crime. Is she frozen?
Me?
No. Oh, yeah, she is.
She's not finished. She's not a serial killer. You're like dogging. You're frozen. I thought, well, Micheal Sams. Fucking hell. 1 minute, let me let the dog.
1 minute, you muted again, Mum. 1 minute.
Come on, this minute.
Mum, you're muted.
Why am I muted? Do you know this?
Polished.
She's having issues.
No.
Now she looks like she's got bog eyes.
Mum, we can't see you now.
We can see her, yeah.
I know.
Jill's
Shut
on
up.
fire tonight.
Listen,
I have
I'm
father down
sleep
and
deprived.
lecture. I heard you've been out today on
I don't know what.
Sunshine Bus. How have you got on?
Oh. I'm exhausted.
Good job I moved
I
it forward.
am exhausted. I had 6 French dogs all over me that wouldn't leave me alone. One called, what was his name? Can't remember his name.
Oh, God.
So you've had a nice time then out at Bishop Auckland.
Listen, look, her nerves are clearly hanging by a thread at this point.
Boring. Listen, my dad spiel about fucking fruit machines and it's good. No,
Sounds like you've had a riveting afternoon, Cruisy.
Very riveting. Not.
Did Tony go?
No.
No.
I wish he had done though, because he could have drove back. I'm fucking knackered.
That's what Joe's done for me, Mum. I don't know if Jess's still got it on screen.
Hang on, let me put my giggles on. I've never clicked the other ones in car, so I can't see. Show me.
All right.
What am I showing? What am I looking at?
That.
Oh, yes! I like that!
And she won't be making an appearance tonight because she's in Betty Buy's time.
No, she's not. She's awake.
Well, she's in bed on ours.
She's messaging
Oh, there's again.
You know you've gone live. Yeah, we moved it an hour early.
up, Jules. We've been mean for we are polished. Renee's polishing her nails for a start.
Hey,
I'll polish my forehead.
we'll get the unpolished part out of the way, and then we're all professional.
We're not professionals.
Fiona, if I know you will be cooking, I'll slit my throat.
Oh, she's on fire today.
Fucking hell, Jules. Does not like being brutal.
I love it.
Brutal and honest.
Send a duster over. Polished.
How much wine have you had, Jules?
I've got a bit of sock here, look, I'll polish.
What the fuck have you got on your head?
A brain.
It's like I thought she was rubbing a Sammy on her head. Sorry. I actually thought she was rubbing a sanitary towel on top of her head. I was getting a bit worried about her.
Oh, I'm always worried about her, Jess. She's got me as
Wow.
a starters.
I didn't say that. You did, thank you. Before we get into it, have you three heard of Micheal Sams?
Yes.
No, but I looked him up.
No, but I did look him up. But I've left. Actually, just left it to go through the stream. So.
Bud Abbott and cast-offs.
He's on fire today. I swear to God.
Who the fuck's Bud Abbott?
Abbott and Costello.
Well, mate, I thought the Castello were a fucking cig.
Peg the leg. He's on fire, Jess.
Yeah. Ain't she just? Do you know what I'm saying? Deary fucking me.
In it.
Right, we got this out of the way, Jules. Nah, not yet.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. They lost his leg in prison and he sued him. He did. He lost his leg in prison and he sued him, really. I'm not even making it up. They lost his prosthetic leg in prison.
Lose a leg.
They lost his leg and he sued him and he got loads of money from him as well.
It legged it.
It did.
It legged it downstream.
Kind of similar to the Oscar Pistorius then. Because
So I wonder if what would happen if Andrew lost his legs then.
What do you mean? He's already lost both legs, hasn't he? He ain't got a perspective. That one.
He's got them weird looking scary
Blade
things.
ones, yeah. They refused to let him have them in prison.
She did with fucking blade. Have you seen them blades?
No.
They're fucking lethal.
You can't be bouncing around on them in prison. He's not fucking Tigger, Stacey. Right, let's go get into this one.
Professional.
We're not
Professional.
professional.
Fuck off.
Right,
No way.
ladies and gentlemen. Understanding Micheal Sams. So, Jess has already asked the panel. Chat, do you know anything about Micheal Sams apart from Jules clearly does?
Yes.
No.
Yes, Micheal Sams and Stephanie Slater.
Oh,
She was
okay.
from Yorkshire, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Bradford, wasn't she?
She was Micheal Sams is a guy that I think that killed Julie Dart. Am I right? Oh,
It's not. Oh my God, Vindaloo's Hey, Drew, darling.
Vindaloo, need the poo, pebble dashing in Bellew.
Big up, Drula, love. Just time that nicely.
Right, let's get cracking then before Jules loses his shit.
I think she already has.
Right, Micheal Sams, victim and survivor.
Right, but look at that picture of him. You wouldn't have thought it, would you? Especially one that he's got a peg leg. Him. That's him there. That's him when he was in prison. But this is they took this before he was. But looking at him, you wouldn't think it, would you? It just looks like somebody had walked past in the street.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing there that says to you he'd done what he'd done. Is it? If you look at him.
Jules behave.
Fuck's it. 1 minute. Let me just let this dog in before we go.
Right,
Jules.
Right, Jules, go on now. Professional.
Yeah, whatever. I've got my Christmas top on as well.
I'm Christmassy. Put snowman on.
Me too.
Camper van on.
Hey.
But that poor woman survived it with red hair.
Yeah,
She actually survived. Yeah, she survived, Rennie. He dropped her back. Do you know the brass neck of him? When he got the money, right, he dropped her back off outside where she lived.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
But that's what he kept her in that bin there, Rennie. She were crushed into that bin.
Yeah, with boxes, wasn't it? She had boxes on her.
8 days she were in there for the survivor. The victim, the other one who we actually murdered, she only lasted 2 days.
Did you not mean to kill her?
He didn't mean to, but he ended up suffocating her in that box. So he had to go out and get another one. The one that he killed was from Yorkshire. The other one was near Birmingham somewhere.
Ah, okay.
Birmingham. I'm a Brummie.
Right, shall we go?
Yeah, it's on his workshop, Jules. I've got some pictures of it there.
Right. So Micheal Benneman Sams, born 11th of August 1941, is an English kidnapper, extortionist, rapist, and murderer. Wow. He kidnapped Julie Dart in July 1991 and later murdered her following her attempted escape. He subsequently kidnapped Stephanie Slater in January of 92, eventually releasing her after payment of a ransom. Slater was also raped during her imprisonment by Sams. After Sams was convicted and imprisoned, he attacked a female probation officer. He also became known for his attempts to sue the prison, initially successfully, for losing his artificial leg, and then became his bed was too hard. And then because
so you told you about losing his leg? And the thing is, right, with Slater, right, she never disclosed that till about when she did an autobiography, a book on it, and that's where she disclosed it. She never even disclosed that police had done that to her until about 2 years after, and then he come out and said, no, I didn't, but he did. And I told you he sued him for losing his artificial leg. And then fancy complaining, cops bedside, you cheeky fucker, you've done that, and you didn't. What do you want? Fucking 5-star hotel.
You fucking took a life. Don't do
Sorry, I'm making a complaint because my bed's too hard. How about you've killed one person? Kidnapped another? What luxury should you have, you cheeky fucker?
Fucking Prince over here. My bed's too hard.
What do you think he is? Fucking
and no disrespect, I fancy losing his leg.
Oh, that's
okay, no, they didn't lose.
They did on purpose.
Yeah.
Somebody like this.
Okay.
Sorry.
Moving swiftly on.
Jules, right, love.
Oh, it's a Keithley lad. Micheal Sams was born and raised in Keighley, West Riding of Yorkshire. He joined the Merchant Navy at the age of 20. After 3 years, he returned to Keighley and worked as a lift engineer, graduating to become a central heating engineer, later establishing his own company. However, Sams turned to crime and was the first imprisoned in 1978 for stealing a car, excuse me, and making a false insurance claim. While in prison, Sam was diagnosed with cancer that led to the amputation of one of his legs. After his release, Sams was forced to sell his ailing business and gain a job, Black & Decker, good brand. He later started a new business in the 1980s selling power tools. Sams was married 3 times. He had 2 sons by his first wife, but the marriage broke down shortly before he was sent to prison. His second marriage also ended in a divorce. At the time of his arrest for the kidnappings, he lived in Sutton-on-Trent, Nottinghamshire, with his 3rd wife. Now,
right, look at his past criminal history. Stealing cars and a false insurance claim. That's a massive jump to kidnapping and extortion, isn't it? There's nothing in his there that you'd say, oh, that's a bit of a red flag. I mean, let's face it, stealing a car and a false insurance claim is a massive jump to what he ended up doing.
And he complained about his bed being hard, but what about being Navy? They make their beds hard as well.
Isn't it?
Unless he things in between, Jess.
Sexy.
Indeed.
Unless he did something in between, Jess, and just never got caught.
No, see, I went back and see if I could find anything that he'd done growing up. There's absolutely nothing other than stealing a car and making that false insurance claim. But I think when he lost his leg in prison, because he had cancer and obviously he lost one of his legs, I think that kind of turned him. I think that was the turning point for him, because before that he had quite a good job. I think he had his own business and he ended up having to go over a Black & Decker, which isn't a bad job. And then he ended up setting up his own business. But he I mean, I knew he were from Keighley, but that nothing there says to me like what that led, why that led on to him to do it. Something like stalking or nothing. There's absolutely nothing previous. Even growing up as kids, he was a really good child growing up, come from, mum and dad, really well thought of, nothing there, loving family. It's absolute craziness.
Massive jump though. Something's tweaked in his head then to do that.
I genuinely think when he lost his leg, it tipped him, Stacey.
Yeah.
It tipped him.
Yeah. Just like, could be.
You go from having two legs, Stacey, right? You're in Navy or you've got your own business to having one leg and having to work for somebody else. It tips people over edge, doesn't it? Some people, and they've had their own. It's like when people have had it all and they've lost it and they end up back at the bottom of the pile. They don't like being poor. Like us, we don't know no different because we've never had it. Julie, babe.
Beautiful. Right, moving swiftly on. On July 9th, 1991, Sam drove to the local red light district and picked up Julie Dart, an 18-year-old Leeds resident. She was blindfolded and taken to Sam's warehouse, where she was placed in a coffin-like box, chained to the floor. According to Sam's later confession, Dart freed herself from the box in an attempt to escape, but was unable to leave the room. Sam's, who had wired an alarm to the box, returned to chain her to a roof beam. Following day, Sam's forced Dart to write a letter to her boyfriend demanding a ransom of $130,000 or the hostage would never be seen again. He also made her write other notes. After the notes were written, Sam's murdered Dart with a hammer. 9 days later, he dumped her body in a field in eastern Lincolnshire. Since it was never likely that Dart's ransom would be paid, it has been suggested that Sam's always intended to kill her. Paul Britton, a clinical psychologist, was advised to the detectives who interviewed Sam's, argued that he abducted a sex worker because it would be relatively easy and was good practice. It would also not create too much of a stir by killing Dart and leaving her body where it would easily be found. Sams would convince the police that he was to be regarded as a serious adversary and intimidate his next victims into paying up. Sams continued to send messages to the police. One stated, "Prostitutes are easy to pick up, and I won't spend any more time in prison for killing two instead of one." He later claimed to have kidnapped another sex worker, but police could find no evidence of any sex worker was missing. Sams also sent messages stating he would intentionally cause a train crash unless he was paid a ransom.
Well, he was a train spotter, Stacey, and he would have done that.
Yeah.
And
he has done a massive jump.
And that is actually true. He did have her writing ransom letters and a pre-recorded tape that he sent out, and he had her doing that, and then he killed her after he hit her on the head with a hammer, and then dumped her in a ditch in Lincolnshire.
Right. So is this the one that he said he didn't mean?
He says she tried to escape and he panicked, and that's why he killed her. But I don't believe that, because when she escaped, he had her then doing them letters, and then he killed her after. So that was after the fact of her getting out of there anyway.
He killed her intentionally.
I
don't know the case. But
I think he killed her intentionally, then kidnapped somebody else for police to say, "Look, I'm in business. I'm not pissing about here. I will kill her." Because if he went for the sex worker there, the second person that he kidnapped was an estate agent. Yep. So it's a massive different jump of a prostitute to a businesswoman working in a middle-class job. It's a massive jump in it from a prostitute in Leeds to...
I believe what he said. She was practice.
I think that was more to say, look, I'm not messing about. If you don't pay me this ransom, I'll do exactly what I did to her as I did to Julie Dart.
If he didn't mean to kill her, right? Why use a hammer?
With an hammer? Of course he killed her.
Why use a hammer?
Oh, he was cruel, and then he just dumped her.
Like hand over mouth, you know what I mean? To get her back. Maybe that would be a plausible thing. I didn't mean to kill her. I was holding her in so she could escape, and obviously I deprived her.
That would be more plausible, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would be more plausible. But using a hammer he killed her intentionally and used her, I didn't mean to kill her as an excuse, thinking he might get some leeway.
And how evil and menacing is that to have her writing ransom letters to her own family?
Exactly.
That's evil, isn't it?
Pitiful.
knowing he'd killed her anyway, because he knew by the time them letters reached the family, she were dead anyway.
Yeah.
Dead.
And I mean, he picked her up in Leeds and took her all the way back to Nottingham. I mean, Nottingham's still 60 odd miles away from Leeds. Yeah. It's not exactly round the corner.
No.
I knew we were born in Leeds, but Keithley's Bradford side. It's not, Errol's side where she was picked up from.
No.
Crazy.
It's about what an hour's drive from here to Keighley.
And arrogant prostitutes are easy to pick up.
Yeah.
And I won't spend any more time in prison for killing 2 instead of 1. That is so arrogant. He knew exactly what he was doing. Kill the first one, kidnap the second one, and they'll take me seriously.
Was Suckling before or after this one?
The thing
Before.
with sex workers, they'll get in the car with you. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
It's business, isn't it, Renee? Like, you're not going to have them say, I ain't getting in. They need the money for the fix at the end of the day. So they ain't going to be vetting who they're getting in a car with. Let's be honest.
No.
If you're looking at it as a working girl's point of view, he don't look much of a threat, does he, really, looking at him?
No, he don't.
No. He looks pretty, you won't think it. If you walk past him in the string, you won't think, oh, yeah, he's murdered somebody and kidnapped another.
No.
I know appearances are deceptive and all that, and you don't have, serial killer or whatever put on your head, but still, I don't think she'd have picked up any bad vibes of getting in that car with him. I mean, she does look older than 18. I mean, I was shocked when they said she was 18.
Yeah.
Them pictures, she look older than 18. But that's so sad, and what a thing she went through at 18-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
She's quite pretty in the picture.
Very.
Right. The details of the 18-year-old prostitute's final hours were outlined by a pathologist, Professor John Jones, described to Nottingham Crown Court how Joe Dart was knocked unconscious and then strangled before her naked body was dumped in a field. See, sorry. That one sentence alone clearly shows that it wasn't an accident. If he knocked her unconscious, then strangled her, if he didn't intend to kill her, why not leave her up, knock her unconscious, put her back where she was, and that was it. But then he strangled her, so he clearly meant to kill her. So the whole I didn't mean to kill her bullshit goes right out the window.
And just a dumper like that, like she's just a piece of rubbish. It's so
sad,
evil, innit? It's just so nasty. Just dump her with nothing. You can't comprehend it, can you?
No.
You can't.
Added that she had been dead for probably 8 to 10 days and possibly kept in a wheelie bin before being dumped, wrapped in a cotton sheet and trussed up tightly in the fetal position. Her body was found in a field in Eastham near Grantham, Lincolnshire, last July after police received a ransom demand of £130,000 for her release.
Don't you think that's a lot of money, though, Stacey?
Yeah, it's not there. It's a lot of money.
Exact amount.
Was her boyfriend her pimp, Jess?
No, mate. It was just they were struggling, Stacey. She couldn't get a job, and she went out to provide. It's unfortunate, but it happens, doesn't it?
I'm just thinking of the price. If a boyfriend with a pimp, would she have told them?
140,000 back in 1991 was a lot of money.
And I mean, to not demand that from a prostitute's family as well, Cruzy.
Yeah,
strange.
A lot of money.
You know what I mean, though, Jess? It's a really strange amount of money. That's why I asked.
It is to put that out to the family.
Yeah,
because
that's why I asked if a boyfriend.
When he kidnapped the second one, that went to a business, and the business paid it, right? But the first ransom demand, he actually demanded it from the family. Now, who in the right mind would want that kind of ransom money from a family that's working class? Like, they ain't got money, so he clearly didn't think it out that well in the first one. The second one he did because the business paid up, but what made him think that family were going to pay £140,000 for their release? Maybe he realised this, and that's why he did kill her.
Yeah. Maybe she could also identify him as well. That's why he did her in, because he knew that if she got away again for the second time, and she was a chance, so that's why he killed her.
Maybe he knew he wasn't going to get that money in Encrucian. Yeah. You know what? She's seen me. She knows what it looks like. She's got to go.
Yeah,
high price, knowing that parents or whoever he sent the note to wouldn't be able to pay it. Set a high price, and then set a high price, and the family feel guilt for not being able to save her. Type.
You imagine how her mum and dad felt, and her partner felt for the rest of her lives. Julie Dart. That they would have had that on their conscience for the rest of their life, that not only they took their daughter, but also they couldn't pay the ransom demand. And that must have weighed heavy on their shoulders for the rest of their life. It must have done. It's uncomprehensible to think that, though, isn't it, that
Psychologically.
Yeah, psychologically, that must have played on that mother and father's life, the rest of their life, without a shadow of a doubt.
Professor Jones described how he was called to Eastham in July, where he saw Miss Dart's body wrapped in a pink and white sheet. He described 2 injuries to the skull and said the second had caused a fracture, a substantial bleeding, and could have been the result of a blow from a hammer or another blunt instrument. But Professor Jones said the blows to the head had not caused death. There were bruising to the neck, which he said was due to a ligature, and there was also a mark around her right ankle, which suggested she had been held by a chain or a coarse rope. Death was caused by compression of the neck and head injuries, he said. Yeah, he killed her intentionally, I'm sorry.
Not only has he hit her on head with an hammer, he strangled her as well. What an horrible way to die. That is a cruel, cruel way to kill somebody, that. Because with 2 whacks on edge, you'd have been, you know, comatose as it is. But then to strangle her and then sexually assault her as well. What an evil bastard. What an evil bastard. It's evil, isn't it?
Yeah. Be interested to find out why I jumped from something petty to this.
From what I've watched on documentaries, they all stem this point from when he lost his leg. It just changed. They said before that he'd been a pleasant
the psychological effect of losing his leg has flipped a switch in his brain.
And that happens to a lot of people as well, Stacey, but they don't need them to go on to kill people neither.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, losing your leg's bad, but that don't give you the right to then go out and kill somebody and do that.
We had a friend who lost his leg.
My granddad only had one leg.
He lost his leg through lupus. And I went to visit him in hospital and I said, oh, my leg's hurting me so. I went, look at it then and realised he forgot he had no leg. I thought, right, tit. And he just laid down bed laughing. He did a sick thing, but yeah, Peter.
Yeah.
Bed.
Bed.
But,
yeah, he
was all right. He never turned fucking murderous.
No, he didn't. He lost his leg, but he never lost his sense of humour either.
Well, my granddad lost his leg, but it didn't lead him to go on to kill people.
No,
it's just a cruel blow.
Yeah.
But this is the second lady, and she survived it.
Stephanie Slater. Some months later, on the 22nd of January 1992, Sams kidnapped another woman. Using a false name, he arranged to meet Stephanie Slater, an estate agent with a local branch of the company Shipways.
Go on then.
Go on, man.
Come on. Say it.
Renee.
Ostensibly to view a property in the Turnberry Road. If Brian couldn't get them, Great Bar, Birmingham. And the property, he attacked Slater, tied her up, and then took her to his workshop. Sams again demanded a ransom, this time from Slater's manager at the estate agency. When it was paid, Sam released Slater. Given his previous crime, the police have expected the kidnapper to kill Slater. They hope to stop him by following him after he picked up the ransom. But Sams had anticipated this and devised an elaborate scheme to successfully give them the slip. Interviewed in 2013 on BBC Radio 4's One-to-One programme, Slater said that for 8 days she was held, handcuffed, legs bound, blindfolded and gagged in a coffin inside a wheelie bin laid horizontally. Sams had told her she would be electrocuted if she tried to move. Slater said that when she was allowed out of the coffin for food, she chatted about herself to Sams to humanise herself and to increase her chances of survival. Within 12 hours of her release, she was made to face a press conference, even though she was still drugged and highly distressed. Police later acknowledged that this was an error of judgment. Error of judgment?
Oh, shit, bro.
No.
Yeah,
exactly. Fancy doing that to her. She's just been through a traumatic experience. She's still feeling
sticking her in front of press. Crazy, isn't it?
And the press are brutal. Even back then, the press were brutal.
Yeah.
You really think they would have given her a second thought? They would have hounded her with questions. I might have to go watch that.
And the thing is, so you look at the first one, look how different this is. Right, so this guy's got one leg, goes to a house, kidnaps her, and nobody sees it, blindfolds her, drags her out of the house, puts her in back of this like little mini metro he had at the time, right? Because that's what it was, right? Nobody see this at all. Nobody see this happen. Nobody witnessed it. But if you think back to the first case that we did with Susie Lampu, They suspected he was involved in that because he used a false name and it was an estate agent at the time. But because nobody could say that he had a limb, that's the only reason he was ruled out of that case, being honest. But
quite still though, isn't it?
But the thing is, what he did as well, it was a bit like if you've ever played a scavenger hunt in general, where there were clues left. Now, this one place where he picked a ransom site, he put clues in phone boxes, in train stations, and the guy who owned the estate agent had to go out and take the money. And it wasn't just a case of like, all right, you drop it at Leeds football stadium. There were about 20 clues that led up to the ransom being dropped. And where it was dropped, it was a bit like on Mars. And there was this bridge, and he put a catwalk tray at the top, and he had string. And because he was a keen train spotter, there was a train track underneath that didn't get used, and he was on a moped. So when they put the money in, he pulled it down, and that's how he got his money, and he made his escape because he was on a moped at the time. Because the police thought at the time they could just follow him and picking the money up. But this guy wasn't stupid, do you know what I'm saying? And it picked tonight where when I say it was foggy, you couldn't see 2 feet in front of you. That's how bad it was. But he played the game very well. You know, the first time he learned from what he'd done, in that sounds really cold, because it took him a year later to do this one. But this time he made sure that, you know, he did it right in that sense. And she did survive, bless her, but she died 10 years ago. She did a cancer. Only 45, I think. And then police to do that 12 hours after that she's been kidnapped and released, they put her in front of press. How cold is that?
Still feeling the effects of drugs that she was given. That's not me, man. Error of judgment, nah.
It's not just an error of judgment, it's absolute fucking craziness as police officers. I can't even lie how you would.
Is it?
Woman in front of press.
I was still
Absolute craziness.
1 second.
Well, isn't it, Renee? Would you do that in America after 12 hours? If that were a kidnap victim, would they put a victim in front of press after 12 hours?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like the police.
I've never heard of anything like that, to be honest with you. That's crazy.
And if you go on YouTube and you get a chance to have a look, that is actually on there, the press conference after. And, you know, you could tell that she looked dishevelled, that she, you know, and they're sticking in front of cameras with her mum and dad. How fucking heartless is that, really, from business? It really is, isn't it?
I honestly just don't understand that one.
What do they think we're going to gain from that, Renee?
I really don't know. I've never heard of anything like that. I'm being completely honest with you.
And two, I mean, how brazen is this guy, yeah, that he's kidnapped her, got the ransom money. Then he's gone back to his workshop, because he used to have a workshop, Renee, right? And she was in the back room in the workshop, right? Mm-hmm. And he puts her in his car, right? And then takes her back to where she lives and drops her off. Like nothing's happened. I mean, you don't get many kidnappers that do that, neither.
No, that's a new one.
He had some balls, basically.
He had more than fucking balls, didn't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Crazy. I've never known many kidnappers that take you back to house where you live, drop you off like nothing's happened.
Vindaloo.
Yeah.
I've got some pictures.
All right, then. So look at that, right? That looks like him done it. That artist impression.
Yes.
The glasses look bang on, don't they?
Does look like him, doesn't it?
The nose as well.
I mean, that's so Rennie, that picture at the bottom is her 12 hours when she was put in that press conference with her dad. Look how dishevelled she looks.
You can tell she can tell she's drugged. Look at her eyes.
Exactly. Right?
She was 50 when she died.
That's the third wife with his one leg.
That.
But if you look at that E-fit, really, those glasses and rimmed glasses are very on point, aren't they, really?
Look at the chin. Look at the side profile, the chin look, Jess.
Yeah, yeah.
And then look at this bit here, look, you can just see the little dip. It's spot on.
And that was her artist impression, the lady below. That was her artist impression. Yeah, that her who survived it, that was her artist impression of him. Because the only way really she survived is because she kind of stooped to his level and spoke to him like he was a human and had conversations with him. She kept herself alive by interacting with him.
Right.
She really did interact with him, and they used to sit and have the dinner together because he used to have a microwave in there and all that stuff. and they used to sit and have food together and everything. She used to talk to him to keep herself alive, and that's the reason why she did survive, because even though he'd done what he'd done to her, and she never disclosed that she'd been sexually assaulted to the police until she did her autobiography 2 years later, and he point blank denied that he'd done it, but he had. But if you looked at him, you'd walk past him in the street, Susie, and think he would have, do-gooder sort of person. He doesn't look like he's got it in him to do what he's done, and with one leg as well.
Yeah.
And what the police did were absolutely reckless, shoving her in front of a fucking press after 12 hours.
And stuff. Yeah, that was just stupidness.
Absolutely.
You know, she hadn't had a chance to come to terms that she was actually releasing, she's still alive. We need to stick to it. Yeah, get talking to them, lot.
It's all right, love. You've been kidnapped, you've been assaulted, you've had all this done, but I tell you what, we'll just stick it in front of all fucking press now with cameras blaring at your face. Crazy. Exactly.
Yeah.
Better wolves, you're right.
And I wonder what his reaction was, though, because I'm assuming when she released, he wasn't caught. It was after the fact.
Oh, no, listen, we'll get into that a bit later on, but he wasn't caught after she'd done no press conference. No, when she spoke.
It's also feeding into his ego of, I've done it again.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He would have been sat there watching that press conference, fucking loving that.
Absolutely.
Knowing what he's done.
Carried him on even more, his ego, I suppose.
Exactly. In the aftermath, he's seen the aftermath clearly. Wow.
Yeah. Right. Is that like watching the aftermath of something that
you've done? Yeah. So they find sexual pleasure over it, and gratification of what they've actually done, which is sick. But then it would have took a real good thrill out of that. And no. Oh, there you go. She had done the book. There you go. Sorry.
I might order that actually. Read it. In her 1995 book about her ordeal, Beyond Fear, My Will to Survive, Slater wrote that Sams raped her on the first night of her imprisonment. After her release, Slater had originally not disclosed the rape. She later said that this was to spare her mother, who had a heart condition, from unnecessary further anguish. Sams denied raping Slater, asserting, "I cannot allow this to go on unchallenged." He made the unsubstantiated claim that they had a sensual affair and attempted to sue Slater for libel, but lost the case. Wow. Slater has also discussed the rape in a Crimes That Shook Britain documentary about the case, in which she also states that Sams later requested to have further sex with her, but this time relented after Slater refused. Out of the $175,000 ransom that was paid for the release of Slater, police located $150,000 buried in a field by using ground-penetrating radar. The remaining $25,000 was never recovered. Following her release, Slater felt unable to return to work as an estate agent and moved to the Isle of Wight in 1993. She subsequently worked with police forces to advise them on how to deal with kidnapped survivors and with the survivors themselves to help them to recover from their ordeals. She died on August 31st, 2017, aged 50, from cancer.
There's no urges that.
It's sad,
he paid off his debts. I bet he had a crap ton of debt.
He would have done.
That 25,000 paid off debt.
They only ever recovered 150, so 25 grand of that was spent. And I don't think it was for another year that they caught him, so it spent some of that money in that time. And the only, like she says, the only reason she didn't disclose she was sexually assaulted it was because of her family. But he had done it. And if anybody gets a chance to read that book, feel free, or watch the Crimes That Shook Britain, because she is on there.
I'll find it.
I have seen the Crimes That Shook Britain.
She eventually lived in Isle of Wight to help other people, and bless her, she ended up dying of cancer at age 50.
I said, I been out with my dad, and I said to my dad, right, I said, we're going to sit back, because I'm live tonight, I'm doing crime show. Why do you want to talk about crimes? Because I like it. I could plot your murder and you would not even know it. He just looked at me and went, Well,
yeah, I found it.
Somebody else's murder. So, yeah,
and then he tried to sue her for libel. Is he taking the piss, this guy, or what?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet the judge laughed at him.
I don't even think it'll got to court.
Oh, I'm saying that, though. They had a consensual affair. You freaking kidnapped her. How the frick can you have a substantial affair with someone you've kidnapped?
But that's what sometimes is in their mind. They think that that's what they want, and it's what they do. You know, it's weird how a man works in, and I don't mean a man's, I mean a woman's as well, because it's both the same. How it works and how they twist things to suit their needs. It's weird.
Yeah, their narrative, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so I can't believe she died of 50 accounts, so that's no age for that.
Yeah.
And she moved to Isle of Wight and worked with police.
Yeah, she stayed there. She moved there because she's not safer.
Yeah.
And bless her, she ended up dying.
With Stephanie Slater kidnapped Sam's attempt and a ransom, this time asking for $770,000 from employers for her release. On January 28th, Sams rang Miss Slater's office and demanded to speak to her boss, Kevin Watts, asking if the money was ready. Sam told Mr. Watts to act as a courier to deliver the money to a location. He instructed Mr. Watt to forward a series of messages and clues, which is just mentioned. Some were by phones, while others were written and taped to shelves in telephone kiosks.
Yeah.
Eventually, Mr. Watts was led to a bridge over a disused railway in Barnsley, where he placed the money in a tin tray. Despite police hoping to catch Sams during the pickup, he managed to evade officers. After Sam received the ransom, he let Miss Slater go, dropping her off near her home in Birmingham.
So when he rang the estate agent up to demand the ransom money, the bloke, Kevin Watts, asked him something and he said, "Never you mind." And believe it or not, we will get into it, but that's how the guy was caught, by that saying, with the police recording. That somebody recognised his voice. But he knew, like I say, how he did it. It was like a scavenger hunt. All these clues taped to fucking telephone boxes, trains. It's a very unique way of doing what he did.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like you kidnap, you ransom, you pay it. He made them travel all around country with these clues. Crazy. He put a lot of thought into what he'd done. I will say that.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. There you go.
I'm
That's where
assuming
she kept running. Look at the state of it.
That's our reenactment, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's a reenactment of it off the film. That's the money that they found in the box. And that's where he kept her.
Look at them £50 notes.
Is that the wheelie bin there? Oh, no, it's TV.
The wheelie bin's under that big green thing at back.
That?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where he kept her. But look at state of it. It's like an abandoned bloody warehouse. And this is where he worked. This is his workplace.
Fuck me, man.
It just looks awful, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just looks dingy, cold. It's not somewhere where you'd want to spend a night, would it? Getting romantic with somebody if they're having this affair. As so he says.
Bullshit.
I mean, this is a while ago, Vin. Does it same age as me?
Micheal Sams turned the skills of obsessive train spotting to kidnap and ransom with devastating effect, evading police for almost 9 months in a game according to the rules of his own making, writes Terry Kirby. It was the compulsions of his hobby that proved to be his downfall. His elaborate game left behind a array of clues that eventually led to his arrest and conviction for the murder of Julia Dart and attempts to blackmail British Rail. Well, Sam's home in Sutton-on-Trent, Nottinghamshire, is next to the East Coast Main Line and is a shrine to his hobby. His model railway occupies one room and the house is filled with books and photographs of trains and engine nameplates.
So that bike there was the bike that he used to get away from him, that little moped there. But he was a train spot. He was obsessed with trains. That was his house, and that was inside his house. He was absolutely obsessed with trains.
And that's a Vespa, that, you know.
That's what he used to escape. When he pulled that money down, he used the moped to get away.
I don't think it's a Vespa, Mum. Don't like one. Oh, it could be, you know, actually.
And he did attempt to extort money from British Rail, and he was going to cause a massive train crash online.
It's either a Vespa or a Lambretta.
Could be a Lambretta.
There's 2 bikes he used, yeah, plus a car.
Oh, no, Mum. No, Mum. You are correct. It is a Vespa. You can just make out there.
Vespa on front.
Up
I
there.
can't see because I'm tired.
Agreed
Right,
with the
I can just... Because Vespa had a line underneath it, didn't it, Mum?
Yeah, we were a slant.
Yeah. Goes up like that. And
I mean, that's an old Vespa, though, is that by looking at it? So...
Oh, that'd have been a little early 80s, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so that Vespa would have done the job, like you said, Jess, on the track.
Oh, yeah, to get away from police, it's better than a car, isn't it? It's easier to get away from that than it is a car, let's be honest. Big up, Wizzy.
Train Spot's habit of recording everything in detail was displayed in the extortion letters Sam sent to the police about Miss Dart and British Rail. but they gave a chain of clues, spelling errors, fibres on the sticky tape, and postmarks. Sam's need to record his detailed plans also betrayed him through deleted files on his word processor. Those contained fragments of complicated ransom trails, all involving railway stations or disused railway lines. The clues to Miss Stark's killer were linked inexorably to the rail badge on the coat of the man who admitted kidnapping Stephanie Slater. I thought you were going to say something then. Were you going to say something, Jess? I thought I had someone going to say something, so I do apologise. His first wife, now Susan Oak, 49, and one of their sons, Charles, were responsible for his arrest. Mrs. Oak, who divorced Sams 15 years ago, contacted police after hearing his tape voice and seeing an artist's impression of him on BBC Television's Crime Watch programme. He was arrested the following day. Police say his third wife, Tina, had also seen the artist's impression on television, had remarked to him on its similarity.
Oh, God.
So his ex-wife and his current wife spotted it.
So when they did the Crime Watch appeal, they played the tape recording of him demanding the money from the estate agents, and that's how she caught him when he said, "Never you mind." As simple as that saying, and she twigged who it was, what he's down for. That's what caught him. Never you mind. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Simple things that he would have disregarded.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He probably wouldn't have thought that they were tape recording that at the time. But the what? That was down for.
Yep. So, simple word of never you mind. Excuse me. D.S. Gorgon recalled how calm and cool Sams had greeted the officers and accepted his arrest without complaining or fighting it. He even directed the driver to the nearest police station. All this time we've been searching for this chap who's outwitted West Midlands police. He's killed and he was prepared to kill again. He added he was shocked to discover the culprit was a shambling one-legged man, the limp he believes was extenuated as the person who had been committing horrific crimes under the radar for several months. Recalling Sam's arrest ahead of Dr. D.S. Grogan revealed the moment the killer realised he was being charged with serious crime, at which point his chipper demeanour faded fast. The blood drained through his face, the cop recalled, adding that his apparent vulnerability meant it was the best time to interview him in the hope he would reveal as much information as possible. West Midlands police were left stumped after the body of 18-year-old Joe Dart was discovered in July 1991 and began their hunt for her killer. Days earlier, the sadistic murderer had picked up Miss Dart in Chapeltown area of Leeds while cruising through the red light district searching for a victim. Miss Dart had turned to prostitution to clear her debts so she could pursue her dream of an army career. Oh no. Having passed the medical and other assessment tests. After she got to his car, Sam drove the terrified teenager 70 miles to his workshop in Nottinghamshire. After leaving Julie locked up overnight, Sam returned to his workshop and ordered her to write letters to her boyfriend and mother Lynn, telling them that she was being held and urged them to contact the police. Sam himself also wrote a threatening letter to the West Midlands police demanding $130,000 for the safe return of the teenager. Officers attempted to comply, and a policewoman with a hold-all containing the cash was sent to Sam on Sam's instructions to various locations, but all attempts at the handover failed. Shortly afterwards, he killed Julie. 6 months later, Sam would adapt his methods for his next crime, abducting Stephanie Slater at knife point or posing as a house buyer in Birmingham and imprisoning her in a wheelie bin in the same workshop. Although her disappearance was prompted a huge manhunt, Sam evaded police and escaped with the $175,000 ransom, although incredibly, kept his promise and returned Stephanie to her loved ones after receiving the money. Stephanie later revealed in a memoir that she had been raped during an ordeal in which Sam had held her hostage in a locked wheelie bin for several days. However, D.S. Grogan and his team were left frustrated that they had not managed to catch Sams, despite a carefully orchestrated operation in which they arranged for the ransom to be paid by Stephanie's boss. The plan was to intercept the handover and arrest Sams, but poor weather conditions meant they lost him.
You mean poor policing mean lost him?
Oh, yeah. Poor policing.
See how arrogant he is? I'll direct you to police station.
Yeah.
You don't see many killers that are like that, do you?
No.
Well, at this point,
Brazen.
He must have thought they'd only got him for the kidnapping, not the murder.
Possibly, yeah. Because
So the arrogance was there because he only thought, like the officer said, his blood drained from his face when he was charged for the obviously for murder. So he must have thought, they've only got me on kidnapping.
Obviously, he didn't realise that his wife had phoned police.
And then when he realised the jig was up when they charged him for murder. Only reason why I can think about him being so arrogant and nonchalant with them with the direction to the nearest police station. If he knew he were going to get done for the murder, I don't think he would have done that.
Possibly not.
Honest. So, and then the whole blood draining from his face when he found out we were getting charged for murder. Yeah. Yeah, that's brazen. He was brazen, Alison, yeah.
Arrogance as well as that.
Yeah.
On the BBC television programme, Crime Watch, police made public tape recording of the kidnapper's voice, which Sam said, "Never you mind," which was recognised by Sam's first wife. Sams was arrested and forensic evidence was gathered of his responsibility for Dart's murder. At his trial in Nottingham Crown Court in 1993, Sams admitted to kidnapping of Slater but denied kidnapping murder of Dart. On July 8th that year, the jury found him guilty of murdering Dart and he was sentenced to life imprisonment for her murder and the abduction of Slater. He was also found guilty of attempting to blackmail the police and British Rail. He was sentenced to 10 years for each of 4 blackmail attempts. Sam confessed to Dart's murder in prison 3 days after he was found guilty. He had asked the senior investigating officer, Detective Chief Superintendent Bob Taylor, to visit him in jail. During this visit, he confessed to Dart's murder and revealed the date upon which he had carried it out. His confession was covertly recorded and not released for 30 years. The recording was used in a 2022 Discovery Plus documentary, Micheal Sams, Kidnapper Killer. I'll have to watch that. Sam told officers he made the confession for the sake of Julie's grieving mother. He stated, "I've been going over it and thinking it's only fair that she knows I did it. I mean, obviously I did do it. What can I tell her? I do feel sorry for her. Yes."
Oh, that's big of you that you feel sorry for her. Wow.
Why did you say it at the time? Why did you say it
Yeah, why did you have to put her through that trial in court? Why couldn't you admit to it?
Exactly. And then that a mum could have.
You could have saved a lot of all-round, couldn't you, Cruiser, really, and admitted it anyway. We're already going to go down anyway. Yeah. That's just evil. That's having that last bit to hang on to. And then 3 days later, he rings, and I know he's Bob Taylor. He's been involved in a lot of high-class cases. So I'll tell you what now, I'll admit to it. That's that last bit, putting 2 fingers up at the family, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's definitely the same. Fuck you.
Sams continued to offend after he was imprisoned.
Shocking.
He was a probation officer with a metal spike in October 95 at Wakefield Prison. After his trial in February 97 at Durham Crown Court, he received an additional 8 years to his term for this crime. Sams was awarded $4,000 in damages when the prison service lost his artificial leg during a transfer. The award caused considerable public outrage. He also brought a civil case because he believed the prison bed was too hard. A further complaint was that he was unfairly held in solitary confinement, leading to loss of earnings, and that works of art he had painted in prison had gone missing. Or
Poor diddums.
In April 2007, a letter by Sams was published by Inside Time, a newspaper for prisoners, in which he claimed OAPs, pensioners, in prison are far better off than those in the community. As of 2025, Sams is still in prison. A minimum term of 25 years in prison was originally ordered, but Sams, now in his 80s, has been in prison for well over 30 years and is now among the oldest and longest-serving life sentence prisoners in England and Wales. His latest parole denial was in 2023, when the parole board panel concluded that the proposed release plan would not be robust enough to manage Mr. Sams in the community at this stage. He was also denied transfer to an open prison.
I mean, he's in his 80s and he's still deemed too dangerous to even go into an open prison. That's crazy.
Exactly.
And he's in his 80s now.
Yep.
I agree, Alison. I'd like to know how this asshole got married 3 times. Just saying. It's a good question.
Yeah.
Very good question. Micheal Sams has been in prison since he was jailed for life in 1993. No minimum term was set by the court after his conviction. Now in his 80s, Sams has had 2 previous bids of freedom rejected, but is due to have his latest parole hearing this month. The panel will examine evidence from the original crime, victim personal statements, and any evidence from witnesses, including probation officers, psychiatrists, and psychologists. A parole board spokesperson said, an oral hearing has been listed for the parole review of Micheal Sams and is scheduled to take place in March 2023. Parole board discussions are solely focused on what risk a prisoner could present to the public if released and whether that risk is manageable in the community. They added, members read and digest hundreds of pages of evidence and reports in the lead up to an oral hearing. Prisoner and witnesses are then questioned at length during the hearing, which often lasts a full day or more.
If you were sat on a parole board, you 3, would you release him?
No.
Hell no. Hell to the no.
Not at all.
No. In 1993, the kidnapping of Slater and subsequent manhunt for Sams was the first subject of edition of the BBC One series Crime Watch file titled A Murderer's Game, which reconstructed some of the events. A dramatisation of Slater's book, Beyond Fear, 1997, was broadcast on the opening night of Channel 5. Adapted by Don Shaw, it was directed by Jill Green, with Gina McKee as Slater and Sylvester McCoy as Sams. No!
You want to watch that? If you haven't watched that, it's well worth a watch. It's on YouTube. Renee's where you'll be able to get it. It's a film, it's done, but it's really good. If anybody hasn't watched it, yeah, it's really good.
In November 2022, BBC Radio Nottingham broadcasted the first episode of an 8-part podcast, The Kidnapping of Stephanie Slater, from July 2023. This followed by a second series of 7 episodes. Discovery Plus produced a documentary on the case, Micheal Sams, Kidnapper Killer, which aired in July 2022. A 2-part documentary, The Girl in the Box, The Kidnapping of Stephanie Slater, was screened on Channel 5 on 20th February and the 1st of March 2023.
Yeah, they're well worth watching if anybody hasn't watched them.
Well,
definitely guilty and definitely needs to stay behind bars.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. There's no discussion there. Guilty as freaking charged. That now.
There's no,
Guilty as charged. I'm sorry.
He wants
guilty.
Unquartered.
And it says it all when he's been in prison since what 30 years now, and he's still not served to be let out. So he's still deemed dangerous, but he's in his 80s now.
Yep.
Because he's still committed crime against women in prison, the prison officers and stuff. That says it all, doesn't it? That says to me he's got pure hatred for women. He's an evil bastard. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just...
How do you trust someone that's done that and then go for 2 parole board hearings and they both said, nah.
And people have been let out that have done worse than him. Let's be honest. And they've been released. So that tells you, really, all it needs to tell you that I don't think he'll ever be released.
No.
Need to be.
So don't know what his next parole will be.
I don't think they'll do another one now. That'll be it.
Yeah, but
if it was deemed not even fit to go into an open prison, Susie, that kind of says it all, doesn't it, for me?
Yeah, it does. Because if they're not going to put him in an open prison, that means he's so dangerous that they're not going to risk the chance of him doing anything.
He's still dangerous in his 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's quite scary, actually, that in his 80s and he's still quite dangerous to go back in the community.
Innit? You're in your 80s and you're still not deemed safe enough to come out and be booked back into the public.
Yeah.
That's all it
I
needs
think
to
it's
say,
because the way he did it, all how he calculated it all, how he established how to do it, all that, anybody find out with him. The way he did it was quite it's
cold, innit? A very cold person. No feelings, no emotion.
Cold and calculated. He knew step by step what he needed to do, and he did it. So him to do that means he could do it again. And they wouldn't ever think it would him, but they would, because it's the same scenario of him planning it, doing it, and carrying it out, and then getting caught. But yeah, he deserves to belong in prison. Never to see the light of day.
I agree. think we're all in agreement on guilty.
Solitary confinement, Jess.
How the fuck they lost his fucking leg and he gets $4,000 because they've lost his fucking leg? It's beyond fucking belief. You shouldn't have no rights in prison. What's the fucking ever? This country's far too bastard soft.
Let's see if I can find it out.
He got $4,000 for losing like that. He would have got free anyway because they got
In it off the National Health Service, you cheeky bastard.
Yeah, you got it for free, so charge you got $4,000.
It's absolutely fucked sometimes. I will say that.
It's disgusting that he got $4,000 for like that. Didn't even really belong to him. Well, it did, but it didn't. He was given it by the hospital.
NHS, exactly.
Yeah, and I know that because my brother used to get
And if your bed's hard, tough. Fucking hell, I don't see why they should have rights. It's all wrong. We don't have this in America. They don't have TVs or Xboxes or all like that in America. In prison.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. It's ridiculous.
I don't even think they don't like that in America. I thought prisons were a lot tougher.
No, they've got it, unfortunately.
And then it's got cheats to sit on there and say, well, being a pensioner is better than being on outside. How fucking arrogant is that?
3 square meals a day, a roof over their head, life of luxury. That's exactly what it is. It's a life of luxury.
It's absolutely.
I thought when you went to prison for a crime, you did prison. There were no TVs, radio, yeah, possibly. But no, they've got everything they need in there now. What's the point? What's the point?
Like an holiday camp for them, cruising. Little holiday for them.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Little job in there, bedroom of their own, Xbox, TV, all that sort of stuff. Why? Why should you have any of those luxuries?
He was awarded £3,548,000 for paintings lost.
What, for his leg?
Earnings. I don't want any of this artwork anyway.
25 years ago, The Guardian. They did an article on it and I found it.
Oh, God.
So, the killer and kidnapper Micheal Sams, £3,548 compensation for paintings lost during move between jails. 6 paintings by Sams were valued at $500 apiece by a judge at an earlier hearing. The rest of the cash is to cover all the lost items, including cassette tapes and personal items, as well as earnings Sams missed while held in a prison segregation unit. The prison service contested the claim. A spokeswoman said the case has now been settled. The original hearing was scheduled for about 18. Will not take place. The prisoner has accepted the offer, but will not receive the money himself. It will go to nominated recipients. So even though he sued the prison service, he didn't get a dime.
But it still went to somebody he knew. Nominated. That means he's got to nominate somebody to get that money for him.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have got fuck all.
Yeah, I should say who got his money.
I don't want his artwork anyway. No disrespect at all. It's not first time I've heard that, truly.
So apparently, so this is like I said, this is visual article 25 years ago. Norman Brennan, director of the Victims of Crime Trust, condemned the payout and said new laws were needed to stop inmates pursuing claims against the prison service. I am aghast, and so are the victims and the law-abiding public, at these bizarre payouts to criminals by the public service.
Agreed.
Yeah, it didn't go down well. So let's see if we can find out who was nominated recipient was.
I have to agree.
Peg leg. Yeah, take that peg leg. You see, that's just it. When I'm not saying everybody, but certain people that I know, one of them anyway, i.e. my brother, I don't give a shit, I'll say, because he's got no legs and no arm, he acts like he's hard done by, and no, he's not. He can walk without his fucking legs. He doesn't need to use a wheelchair. He uses it for sympathy and the sympathy vote, and it really, really riles me. I know that he can walk without a wheelchair or without his legs on, and it's just like, why do you do it? What are you trying to gain by it? And the stuff you've said about my dad and my mum, and then the way you speak, I can't fucking stand him. I hate him, me. I really hate him.
The recipients will not be, the recipient will never be named.
Oh, you wouldn't have thought he would have been, would you? Let's be honest, who wants to admit that they've took fucking money from a fucking serial killer?
Yeah, isn't it?
Crazy.
It's not just that. There's some crazy fans out there and all, isn't there? Mm.
Oh, there's people that probably write to him in prison that think he's a god.
Oh, yeah. I want to marry you. I want to tell your kids. Fuck off.
Oh,
You've seen it with that bloody, what's he called? Fucking Levi Belfield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Bronson as well.
Getting married.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't understand why you want to marry a child killer. I don't get the concept of
Got to
that.
go now, can't we? Oh my God. Got to
Bless
go
you,
now.
my friend.
Bless you.
So, next week's days, who is it?
It's Peter Sutcliffe, the Yorkshire Ripper. Because I know a lot about this one.
8 p.m. That's a normal now. If we could squeeze it in at 7, we may move it to 7 just so that everybody gets a little bit of an early one on a Sunday. I enjoyed that, lady. It's a really good
You're welcome, darling. Let Rennie finish sneezing.
But guilty as charged for me should never be released, in my opinion.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, like you said, he might even be him that did, what's the name?
Well, this is the thing, Cruzy, right? He has been linked to it, but because, and this is why the police don't think he did it, right? This is all.
He's got one leg.
Because he didn't, because the person that reported seeing Mr. Kipper didn't see him with a limp. And? Nobody else. And this one never seen with a fucking limp either.
Not everyone artificial leg walks with a limp.
No. Exactly. So we could have done it. When you look at the second one, estate agent, changed the name. Who's to say he didn't kill Susie Lampo? My money's still on the other fucker.
My brother, this horse legs,
differently, but not a limp. But I've never seen Happy walk with a limp.
Yeah, but when Andrew had his first set of legs, and I remember he had rockers on his when he first got his first legs. But after so long and got used to them, they changed them. And when he walked, you could hear it going click, click, click. Because the metal frame on the hinge had click. You could hear it. So you could hear it coming down that corner. Andrew's here, listen to click, 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 click.
Harold and Kumar. Do we look like stoners to you?
Well, I am. You're right there, to be fair. I can't really say any different.
You did great, Harold and Kumar. Now I want to know who's Harold and I want to know who's Kumar.
Well,
I'll be Harold.
At number 42.
I don't mind.
Harold out of the 2 is the biggest stoner of the 2.
Harold stepson son.
If you haven't watched it, Harold and Kumar escaped from Guantanamo Bay. That was funny.
Oh,
I know who he's talking about because I've actually seen the movies. So I
don't like this because I've been up since 7:30 this morning on a job with my dad, taking him to fucking visit his mate.
On a job. We're out Robbie Morrison's blind. If you want any cheap meat, contact Cruzy. 2 joints of beef, £50. Boom. We've got the lamb joint, £20 a time. £20 a time.
There's slice of bacon thrown in.
You get the streaky bacon free, and we've got joints of turkey as well. Price ticket £120. We'll give you all these £20 a piece.
Come on, ladies and gents, come and get your meat before it all gets sold. Come
on, buy one, you get one free.
Do that Cabu, didn't they?
Yeah. Come and get your sausages, your bacon, your wine, your everything. Come on over here. Did you used to be?
My old house, honestly.
We're also taking credit card as well as cash.
Yeah.
It's hearing from it because I used to live out corner from a car boot sailing across screen. So I always used to hear it.
Oh, I missed that down there. We've got one now, that way further over.
Yeah.
I've done mine. All good. Cruzy started me out with a nice little shoplifter's special. Roll up, yes, Drooler, roll up. Come and look at Cruzy's bargains. We've got perfume on offer, our man. You just heard we supply it.
I actually did that. He nicked a van and it had all bacon at the back of it, fucking full of meat and everything.
Oh, God.
He said they're about fucking 80 packs of bacon and meat and everything. I was like, fucking hell, why did you nick a meat, man?
Listen.
That's right, Sunday early.
You buy one, you get one free.
You buy one, you get one free.
These bills are on fire, okay?
Buy one free.
Oh, Mum, I was telling Jess about that lady in B&M.
Yeah, but man, 50 bits in fucking B&M, you two. The
poor lass just fucking nearly fell to the floor laughing.
about my flaps burning.
Listen, she just comes straight out. I'm like, what?
I'm saying, Rennie, these two are in the supermarket talking to some crooner that don't even know me, talking about my fanny being on fire.
She told me, not you said that. She told me. I was like, what?
No,
Can't keep telling Stacey a secret, can you? Fucking hell.
Yeah, because you were looking at bath bombs, weren't you, Mum? You saw the candy cane ones. That's why. That's
you
why.
like, hey, don't put that on your flaps because
exactly.
They'll blow the flaps off. You want to blow? You will go with these new bath bombs.
You ever heard that song? Well, let me tell you.
Forever blow.
Lady walked behind us as I was about to say it,
I
and
bet
I
she
caught
will
her
think
on the behind.
scruffy
So I
tongues.
apologised to
Stare
the
at
lady,
me.
and then said it. I apologise, I'm about to say, darling, and then I said it, and she.
Fancy saying that. You just should have said to Cruz, don't get the peppermint ones, just get the orange infused ones or something. No, Stacey has to tell everybody a fucking life story. Fucking hell, it's not this is your life.
I told her, shut up, you don't need to everybody that. I didn't know that.
Thanks, Cruzy. Fucking hell, Stacey. You can go red card seat. So that woman never comes in here.
Climbing up on the end rack there, guys. Let me tell you about what happened.
Yeah, roll up and stand there.
Careful with these.
Roll up.
Let me tell you a story. Come on, gather round. Breaking news. Let me tell you now. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell. That is a crime in itself, what she's gone and done. Absolutely. And on that bombshell of Bernie bath bombs, unless anybody's got else they want to get out there, Stacey, I think we'll wrap this one up.
I could see the
Story. Stacey, what's the wildest story you've ever told in public?
And
Definitely on this channel, she's disclosed a fair few things.
oh yeah. Look, you can't get no more every minute, Jeff.
Does that mean if you? What's your worst thing? Then I'll tell you mine. Come on, Renee.
I don't know. Like I'm not big on
Worst one I've ever done, right? And I'll be open unless when I was a kid, I shit in a cup.
Oops.
No,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's one thing I can disclose. That's bad. Pooed in a cup when I was younger. I needed toilet and my mum was in bath and I was bursting, man. I'm only young.
I will get
one born every minute.
No, but worst thing about it was, she thought it was about a chocolate cup and it wasn't. It was a big log. That's the worst thing I've ever done.
Yes, I mean, one born every minute. Come on now.
True.
Yeah,
Cruzy's been a getaway driver.
Your flaps. Don't worry about it, my dear.
Exactly. People have seen that being born. Do you know what I might do, Jula? I might just go get some brown, what the fuck do you call it? Play-Doh, and stick a plastic cover. Come on, string with it in my hand.
Yeah, well, that's the worst I've ever done. Not like you. That was younger then. But only about.
I know, but like I said, Jess, I don't think anyone can stop being one born every minute.
Like I said, Mrs. Biddy thought it was a chocolate bar.
Oh. I don't think I've done that like that. I have used a commode in somebody's house window when I sat on the toilet. I needed to go. When she got into bed, I cleaned it out. She was my last call. It was 9:30 at night. And I said to her, right, are you ready to go to bed? She went, yeah. She said, oh, I ain't got a toilet for something. Thinking, oh, bollocks, I need to go for a pee. So I just went and got a commode out. Fucking put it in the living room. We had a piss in the living room.
That tops mine.
Go.
Come on. I've been and gone. I've been and gone. Right, I'm going to wrap this one up. Just think of us at Christmas. Her on a commode, me pooing in a cup, her on one barn every minute.
I'm in a commode.
Ain't got no one ready.
don't have any kind of stories like that. I live a boring life, is what I do. It's what I've
No,
learned.
Stephanie, you need to sit down and think about it and then let us
You
know.
live a normal life, mate. Then you met us. Well, you were normal, then you met us.
I had a friend that it was when I was in a sorority in college. We ate together and it was a big group of us, probably like 20 girls. We ate at an Olive Garden and we were walking outside. My friend was wearing a flip-flop and stepped on a toothpick and it went up through her foot. And that was gross.
Wow.
Yeah, I pulled it out. I was the only one that would do it. And it was gross because it was clearly a used toothpick that went all over.
Oh, nasty!
And on that bombshell of toothpicks in cheesy feet, we will wish you a fond farewell. We will be back tomorrow. Forest Fulham, Zimbabwe, Egypt. Tuesday we're here. Don't forget Wednesday. It's the big one. It's the Christmas quiz plus a bit of an after party. A few laughs and jokes. See the Christmas in. And JSY. On that note, thank you everybody for today. Thank you everybody for the weekend. Big up to the ladies. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And on that note, it's a good night from me.
It's a good night from her.
It's a good night from me.
It's a good night from my others.
And on the bombshell of Scrunchball's going to be on the Epstein files. From all of us. We will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Don't have nightmares. Sleep well. And we'll see you all again very soon. Peace out.
Like and share, we shall see you next time on True Crime Duo. Make the right choices. Please don't have night